First thing is repentance. You gotta go ahead and make that vow. You gotta say, I'm not gonna fall victim to premarital sex ever again. You've had enough of that. I've had enough of that. So commit to getting to the other side of what it really means to allow God to bring love into your life. That's possible. I come from an environment where I didn't see marriages. I didn't see healthy relationships. I didn't understand that was a possibility. But now that I know that it is, it's my responsibility as an adult to act differently, to make different choices. Your looks just not gonna get you there. You're beautiful. But that's not what it's about. Think about it.
Okay, so let us think about it and talk about it as well. Let us think about it and talk about it as well. So I see Lovely hand is raised. So yeah, Lovely, you're recognized. You can go ahead and give your 1 or 2 cents.
My boy, hello.
How are you doing?
I'm fine. Firstly, I think we are all from this video. We're all coming from different point of view, right? First thing, everybody should ask themselves, what is the meaning of marriage to them? How do they see marriage? That's the first thing, because some people see marriage as an achievement, right? But if marriage is not an achievement for you, you have other priorities. That's okay. Not everybody going to like get married. It's beautiful. If you decide not to get married today, it's beautiful. And the thing about it is that not everyone.
You are sounding a bit. Lovely, excuse me. You are sounding a bit low. Your volume is okay. Your volume is okay.
Oh, I think because I'm having a call coming in for Snapchat.
Oh, okay, I see.
Yeah. But not everybody sees marriage an achievement, right? And she also talk about premarital sex and stuff like that. You can still choose to be a virgin and get married to somebody. And treat you. If you still be the best woman in this life, some people that already have mental issues in this world. So why try to like hold a certain standard when that person themselves do will come and see you as something else? I'm not against people that hold away for God time or say they're keeping themselves, which is good. We all should go for that. She said it right. But what other people see as priorities to them should be the priority. If you think you seeing somebody living as a body is a wrong move, some people are not sleeping around with people. They are just hustling. They are just taking money from these men. And me, I will encourage any girl to go take money from men when she see it possible. Because for the fact that a man will see you and try to make you like a goose, try to treat you like a commodity, you should use that man to earn me from them. So honestly speaking, I'm wicked these days. So any girl who will see me, the man will see you and tell you say they're going to mother start bringing sex benefit to you, my dear, use it to collect from him. Because at the end of the day, when that man finish sleeping with you, that man will go. And the funny thing about it these days, men, when they know that you are serious about something, that I think they will use to get to you. And if you are not Christian, you are Muslim, or you do not believe in religion, I understand that this entire thing is based around God center, but sometimes too, we should use our moral thinking and not just our religious kind of thinking. Because at the end of the day, my sister, when the people finish showing you shiggy, this nigga thought I found to understand that nigga just thought she went through something too. And you said she said the thing she said. But if you not use your 1 or 2 cents to gain in a channel, yeah, any Nigerian may run behind your transaction benefit. Use your hair and collect in cash out.
Okay.
Even your what's a librarian brother? It's very transactional.
Okay.
So if anybody bring transaction to you, collect.
Okay, lovely. Thank you very much. Thank you very much for my task collector.
Lovely, I'm there. You got me laughing so hard.
Okay. So yeah,
But
lovely.
sir, you, hey, you,
Lovely.
no good advice. Now,
Lovely.
better push.
Lovely. You're not my love that point. I love that. Okay, get you to get advice. You go listen to lovely. Now you go twice.
Lovely.
You first that wrong move. So I will say lovely for me. I see. I know I'm gonna get it. I'm gonna give you guys a chance to also speak, but I just want to speak on lovely. What lovely shared. So you came from another perspective because we all have like different perspectives. But I believe if you pour yourself out for that, that's what you're gonna get. Life is almost like what you put out there in the universe, that's what comes to you. There is no way, I'm going to say, there's no stupid guy that'll come to tell me, so, oh, I want sex for money, and I'm going to, like, the first thing, you're not even going to see my face. Because I'm not even gonna give you that mood, like to even come. I'm not even gonna allow you to do that to me because I respect myself so much, and I respect the fact that God has given me this, He has given me this beautiful life, and He has given me this nice body that I have to take care of and nurture. So, because of that, you have to present yourself in a way that when situations like that occur, you don't find yourself victim to those kind of situations. You cannot just say because the men won't come and cash out. So you got that. But then let's say for example, 10 men won't cash out, you come and sleep all that 10 men because you need the money. What's so much? After if you get the money, so now somebody leave for they leave you kind to and tobacco loss, say leave you was gonna have a disease or you go sit away. All the money even gonna cash out, you go spend in the hospital. So there are a lot of worst case scenario, but that was for me. I see this whole video from another perspective, but I just wanted to say respond to your point that you made. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to go ahead and allow other people speak because I can see about two hands are raised. Now let's call on Manje first, and then we'll move on to Miracle, and then we'll also read the comments in the chat as well. Yeah. Okay, Manje, you can go ahead.
Okay, thank you so much, VP. And thanks to the person who made the video. Yes, I really admire it. And thanks to Lovely too. Yeah. What I understood from that whole video is we shouldn't rush into sex whenever we are facing with a relationship. And I support that 100%. Maybe 1,000. Yes. Because nowadays, a guy will see you and you are beautiful, based on maybe you can offer them like maybe food or you have something, maybe money. Yeah. So they will come around you. Yes. But then immediately, you open up to them and that person will just, do what they want to do and then leave. So in order to avoid that, yeah, whenever we are going into relationship, we should delete sex totally. Yeah, it's not that you won't have sex with that person, but then poor sex aside. Yes, because this is what most men coming for. Yes, because when they see you beautiful, you have all the qualities, you know, that person want to have sex with you, especially attractive women. Yes, sex. That's the first thing the person think of. So if you can hold yourself, you make money, that person gonna use you and then dump you and you would regret, the rest of your life. Yeah. So I would tell every lady or on this platform tonight, do not rush into sex. Once somebody love you, the longer, if even you tell them 1 year, that person will still be behind you and they're going to spend the money they want to spend. So may immediately they have sex with you, you will benefit anything, nothing, you see. So do not put sex first, Yeah. Thank you.
Okay, Manje, thank you so much for your contribution. I know we all have our little 1 cent or 2 cents to share. We all see the video from different perspectives, so we appreciate everybody sharing from their different perspectives. But I think we have a comment. I don't know what somebody sharing in the chat, but I think it's just Lovely and Princess talking in the chat. So I will reach out to Miracle to Miracle. I recognize you can go ahead and speak, and then next we'll take Queen as well.
Okay, thank you, Madam VP, for the recognition. Again, I'm Miracle, just to share quickly from what I learned. So, from my own perspective, firstly, looking at the video, she started with admiring herself. beauty, her quality, and she also acknowledged the fact that she's an independent lady. That's one. Another thing that she talked about is marriage, right? Like the kind of men that she slept with for money and whatsoever. And she also talked about her environment, like her environment play a very key role because the way she saw people doing things, it kind of like affected her environment. So let me start with the environment first. We are all from Liberia. We are Liberian, right? And we are from different area, different places in Liberia. Pardon me to give few examples. For example, some of us, we are from New Town, we are from West Point, we are from Red Lake, or some of those areas that are known for, bringing up bad impacts in the present life. So if you are from that community, the way in which you saw people living their lives, the way in which you saw people doing their things, obviously it's going to affect you, whether negatively or positively. But that doesn't mean that you should behave or respond to that experience like the same way you saw people doing things. The reason why God placed you into that community or that society is for you to experience and then make the difference. So if you are from a community where people see sex to be like a cash or something, people just trade their body for anything, little or nothing, that doesn't mean that you should also follow that first step. You should know better to make difference. And speaking from the point where she talked about independent, because you can see that she was saying, I'm a beautiful lady, I'm like this, I'm like that. So for you to avoid the part of you trading your body, to be an independent lady, you need to acquire some skills, apart from the books that we read, apart from the degree that we are all chasing after. But to help yourself so that we don't trade our body for little or nothing, apart from degree, what are your skills? What do you think you can do with your life? Yeah, in China, there are a lot of opportunities China have provided us. One of them is business. We have so many entrepreneurs here in the Liberian community. People are doing skincare, hair care, people know how to braid hair. You should ask yourself, what am I capable of doing? What are some of these skills? Because if you have skills, if you have something that you are benefiting from, sorry, if any other tone they got hired, even business whatsoever, you will go in with the fact that I don't have to train my body for sex. You will lay down your principles. Look, I'm getting into the relationship, but it's not all about sex. My mom usually say this thing: you don't be a lady that will carry your mattress on your back. Like whenever God
Mhm.
asks you out, and then soon as you get to them before you start relationship, maybe 1 or 2 weeks, and boom, yeah, you lay your mattress down and say, okay, let's go, we can roll. Then after that, you meet another guy, and then the guy, so on and so on. And that is not what we want as a lady, because if we are doing that, we will no longer have pride for ourselves. We will like kind of degrade ourselves and our personality. So in short, to conclude on this, apart from us saying talking about sex or whatsoever, I will encourage every one of us here to add maybe some skills in our life, things that we can do to empower ourselves so that we don't really rely on men, so that we can be independent women. It's not all about beauty. It's not all about your look. It's not all about how well you can speak or how eloquent you are. It's about what you think you know or what you think you can do with your hands. What are some of the skills you can do with your lives? Amen. Sorry, I'm saying amen. We are for now part roofing. Amen, church.
Oh,
Amen.
Amen. So,
well said. Thank you for you see what I'm saying here. Sometimes you don't know. People are just in there listening, but what they have to share is really a lot, and it's all words of wisdom. So thank you for that great point. So I also like to recognize Queen. I see Queen Haynes raised, and after I would take Ellen as well.
Yeah, okay, thank you, Mario. Am I being heard clearly?
Yeah, yeah, we can hear you.
All right, so ah, I don't know, Miracle and myself were thinking in the same direction because
so
she
good.
spoke mostly on on most of the things I wanted to say. But however, I would just say this. From that video, I kind of learned something in particular, which of course has to do with discipline. When she was She was talking, she spoke a lot about discipline. And one more thing, she also like admire herself, like what Miracle just said. But then in other words, I want to say give herself motivation. Yeah, self-motivation. So here is it now. Lovely, just open the floor with something very interesting. But however, on the line of discipline, I think we as ladies or as women, we should have standard. Like for example, we should have list, or better still, we should have a perception of the kind of men that we want or we like. We shouldn't just open up to everyone at any time, at every time because of the money. Yeah. It might seem too good to be true for some people, but it's actually possible to put or to discipline yourself in a way that when a guy reach forth to you, before you even open your mouth to speak or to say something, he will definitely recognize your value. It will know that this particular girl, she's not the kind of regular girl. Yeah, this girl is not the type that will open her legs for money just to receive. That's the kind of a discipline I think we should take into consideration. Yes, in the society we are in, most men, of course, they want sex. I mean, they want to give money for sex and all that. But then you as a lady, it's possible. Sex, yes, sex is very nice. From what I saw in the comment section, sex is sweet. That's good. Mm-hmm. Clock into that. But then, however, we should put ourselves in that position where if we are not interested in you, we shouldn't go for it, right? And even if we are interested in you, there should be a kind of standard, a kind of boundary, or a kind of discipline to be put in place. And someone might say, okay, let's say I'm not interested in a guy, but a guy giving me money, I'm interested in the money. I mean, that's another thing. Why should you accept money from someone you are not interested in? I mean, why should you accept money from, excuse me, from men that you know that they are not up to what you expect in or what you expect from a guy to have a very concrete relationship. It is not just about a short-term relationship or 1 week or just short-term relationship. But then if we are placing value first in our lives or placing value on us, then we should have that mindset of having a concrete relationship that will heal to something reasonable at the end of the day. Yeah. So that come back. I'm not interested in that guy. I'm just eating the money. I'm just taking the money. I mean, that's another aspect that we should actually pay attention to, because it looks good to take the money, to take the gift, but then you are not attached to that guy. You are not interested in him. But however, it brings about damaging your reputation at the end of the day. Because even though you did not have sex with him or with those men, but then there's a possibility that at the end of the day, what they expect from you, whether relationship or sex, and they are not getting it or they did not get it, there might be some cycles or some connections they are part of, you know, with class. Let me just put it that way. And one way or the other, you see yourself being in that same cycle or being in that same connection or that same classic environment. I mean, connection where there are a lot of opportunities to grow yourself, to improve yourself, or better still, maybe a connection of work or something to do. And at the end of the day, that person in those group of people, they are in connection. One way or the other, your reputation gonna be damaged because they're gonna be like, this girl is not a good girl. She ate my money. She did not opened up to me. She just a girl who pass around eating people money. She's not independent. She don't have no self-respect. She don't have no self-esteem and stuff like that. That's another side of the coin that we actually need to take into consideration when it comes to this sex for money and receiving money from just random guys because of the mindset that they are into transaction or they are into transactional operation when it comes to women and when it comes to relationship and sex and all that. So yeah, and another thing is self motivation. It's very good to motivate yourself in various aspects, which one has to do with what the lady in the video was talking about. She's very beautiful. She can do all things. She's a catch. She don't need to depend on a guy. She don't need to give sex for money. She don't need to do this. She don't need to do that. It's very important because self motivation, one way or the other, gives strength so that those things that you see very impossible to do, you can one way or the other see yourself doing it just by saying those positive affirmations to yourself. So yeah, that's just it.
Okay, so let me say thank you to Queen too for also sharing as much as Miracle did and the other people. Yeah, but as Princess is saying something here in the chat. So Princess, before Ellie, I'm gonna recognize you real quick, but I just want to tell Princess, I understand those people who are, we are not here to judge. Like we said, this is not a platform of being judgmental because nobody here is a saint. We are all on here to learn and grow together as young ladies. But it's good to be honest about these things. There will always be an easier path and a difficult path. Life always presents always choice, as Lovely is saying in the chat. So one thing about God is He will never give you a burden you cannot bear. He will never ever put you in a situation that you cannot handle. But He gives you the ability to choose. You want to go the easier way or you want to go the hard way. The hard way is always the way that is sustainable. It's always the way that brings you out as a great person. It brings you out with so much that you have so much more that you can also pour into other people. But there are people who always want to go through the easy path. You think everybody less of life. Nobody will now want you ask me right now, why do you want to go to work? Or you wait, give me two options. Say you want work or you want maybe, for example, you have a rich family that will just sponsor you for your. You don't even have to work. Which one will you choose? Who can go to work? Nobody want to choose work because we are all built to live a soft life. I mean, that's how God is on to us for us to live a good life. He wants get to path in life. So life always presented with choices, even though there will be challenges. Nobody's saying there wouldn't be challenges, but you have the right to choose. That's what Miracle said. You have to now be able to empower yourself. You think everybody in the China, people who work, people who have things that they have going on for themselves, they have to go through a whole lot. There are people who, if they explain their story to you right now, you even forget about your own story and start to even feel sorry for them. But you don't dwell on that. Those are just the obstacles, but what lies beyond those obstacles is very, very important. So you have to understand that you cannot say because oh my mom passed and my papa died, so I'll be sleeping around to men to get money for myself. Nobody's judging you for doing that, but at least if you find the light, you know that this is wrong, it's not the way. There are always a way out. There are always a better way. There's always a better way. So I will ask that we at least choose the better paths to ourselves as young ladies because at the end of the day, these things you might think it doesn't affect you now, but trust me, in the long run, it will affect you as a lady. And yeah, so let me now recognize Eileen, and then if there anybody else, I saw Frida hand was also up, so Eileen can go ahead and speak, and then I'll take Frida, and then we can try to wrap up this session. Or if we don't have any other person, we just close it up here. Eileen.
Good evening, everyone. Um, a lot has been said, and I don't really have much to say. But according to the video and the things that have been discussed back and forth, I think when it comes to abstinence or sexual purity, you have to sit and think, why am I doing this? If you're doing this because if your reason is based solely and motivated by the other gender, then like you're always going to compromise. I think abstinence should be about honoring God first and then honoring ourselves because that is what we are commanded to do. in the Bible. That is okay. We're all from different religions here, but I know that um we have this in common when it comes to sexual purity and abstaining from premarital sex. So I think first and foremost, your reason should be to honor God, to honor His word, because there are reasons He said do not engage into premarital sex. It's sinful against your body. Your body is the temple of God. It has a lot of spiritual side effects. And then second is honoring yourselves, because the world is not kind to women. The world is also very, very unkind to women that don't have their own money. But if as a young lady and you are abstaining, you decide that this is the path I want to take, but your only reason is your end goal is marriage. Like, why are you abstaining? You go somewhere and they ask you, why are you abstaining? I'm abstaining from my husband. As humans, we are prone to compromise. If that is your reason, you are always going to compromise. And that's one thing. Another thing I want to say is money should never be so deep for you. Whoever you are, whatever gender, whether you're male or female, money should never be so deep for you. Like, everybody likes luxury, of course, but I think um you should have the mindset that if you're not there yet, you're not there yet, and at this level this is what you can do and this is what you can afford and these are the places that you can go, so that you do not feel this unnecessary urge to overdo, as we normally say. Like, everybody likes having money that is not theirs, like getting money that you don't work for. It's so sweet, but at what cost? Because now it's just like a harmless conversation. It's like a harmless connection. That's how you may view it. But if it's one thing that people do, is that they talk a lot. And we are all Liberians. We're not new to the Liberian community. People talk a lot. So at what cost are you being transactional? Is it at the cost of your reputation, or like, because these things are going to, we will all leave from China and majority of us will go back to Liberia. When your name comes up in rooms, what are people going to say about you? And um there's something that Queen said. I can quote, but yeah, that's what I want, way to solve your problems, no matter how urgent they are. Let's say you are on the receiving end of that, you're the guy, and then you are being scammed for your money. It's not a good situation to be in. It doesn't make you feel good. And I feel like we all know the story of Kotoka and Tene, like the way Kai killed Tene. So you may say, that can never be me, but it can absolutely be you one day. Just like, if you're not interested in this guy and you're certainly not interested in transactional relationship, be done with him. You don't have to accept his ad request. You don't have to reply to his messages. You don't. And like Rufin said, it has a lot to do with how you carry yourselves, because there are certain people that when they see you, they're not going to bring that kind of conversation to you. So I feel like as women and as young girls, we should build ourselves. We should find skills that put us in the position to earn our own money, because a lot of these things stems from not being able to handle our financial needs or handle situations that we may be in, and then we feel the need to get money from men. Not to be too long, another thing somebody said was, what if you keep yourself the entire time and then you meet somebody, you get married, but it doesn't work, and then the person, and then you divorce? But like I was saying previously, if that is the only reason why you are abstaining because of marriage, then of course that situation is going to break you and you're going to feel like there's no need for me to have kept myself. But if you're doing it for God and to honor yourselves, and then lastly is to honor your husband, that situation, it will not come back to the question of why did I keep myself, because you're never doing it for the guy, and people are always going to disappoint you in so many ways. So like, if all your decisions or your standards are motivated by what you can get in return for people or how people can treat you, then you always compromise and you always break your principles. So yeah, that's what I have to say.
Let me add, you always put yourself in a situation you can't handle. Let me add that there. Okay, so thanks to Helen also for sharing. Let's now recognize Frida, and we take the only me. We're brave enough to raise a hand. Okay, so Frida, you go ahead, please.
So thank you, Sister Rufin. Just to add up to the many voices, this conversation tonight is actually interesting. It's really interesting. And everybody's entitled to their own opinion, but we do respect that. One thing I will say here tonight is we all should have a standard. One, we have our religions. Some of us are Christians and some of us are Muslims. And we all have moral standards in those religions. So with the issue of marriage, it's not just because I want to get married because I want to escape poverty. I want to get married because I found somebody, or out of love. I want to get married because of this. Marriage is instituted by God, so it should be honored. That's one thing. So if you understand that marriage is instituted by God and it should be honored, then definitely your decision making will be in line with what God says. Because one thing I believe is whenever you hear God, whenever you listen to God and you prepare well, there are 99% chances that you end up in the right home. So that's one thing. So waiting on God's time and honoring God with your body and everything, it stands you out, right? It stands you out. Many women today are into abusive relationships, abusive marriages, and they are stuck into them because of maybe what they can get. It's like cashing out. I always say to myself, like perishable goods. Today you are in 2026 and you are 26 years old, or you are 30 and you are still cashing out with your body because you still have strength. But 5 years from now, what will you use to cash out? And one thing, it's like this. Our body is like a goose. Whenever it's purchased once, you find it difficult for more consumers to come back to it. So that's how sex is. When a man has sex with you, definitely your value depreciates. And he doesn't come back to you. I found myself among many guys at clubs, songs, and so many girls and daughters. We do have conversations. And one conversation is one of them usually say, one of the guys is, Mommy, how many men you want to see want to return to, a dish that they have eaten while other dishes are available? That's the question. Sister Miracle mentioned, you don't take money. I don't know if it's Sister Miracle or Sister Queen. You don't take money from somebody. Sex is like goods and services. You don't take money when you don't have goods or services to supply. Then you become a scam. That's why many men today look down on women in society. Many women today don't have voices to speak out because of the lifestyle that they lived, what they got engaged with when they were young. Because everything you do today will speak for you tomorrow. So are you a scammer now? There's money we are talking about. We all have the ability to make those same money. We have the mind to make those same money. We have everything it takes. And I love the way the world is going today. Women have a lot of opportunities and a lot of platforms are being given to women for their voices to be heard. So if you are after a man because of money, then you are wasting your time. Because there are many women today that are even dashing men money. So it's not about money. I think it's about low self-esteem. It's not about money. I think it's about addiction to sex. It's not about money. It's about this cotton tone that is in our closet that we need to put out. So many ways to make money as a young woman. Okay, we don't have people to help us. We don't have this to do this. We don't have this to do that. You can achieve without setting your body. You can get a job without setting up your body. You can exceed whatsoever throne you want to exceed without setting your body. And one thing I will tell you, men themselves are afraid of independent women. Men themselves are afraid of women who know their value and they have discovered their purpose. They will not just walk up to you and spill nonsense into your face. They are actually intimidated by independent women. So if you build yourself to a level, no man will stand before you to just tell you, I want your body for sex. How many persons? Because everybody know their levels, right? Based on your pockets or your wallet, you determine where you want to buy. You can be earning $50 a month and you want to buy into Louis Vuitton's boutique. You cannot be earning $1,000. Yeah, you cannot be earning $1,000 and you want to shop where dignitaries or presidents are shopping. You know your level. So another thing I want to make measure of is I think those things are led to they are fruits of trauma. They are fruits of trauma. There are so many women today, they are living in trauma that they don't know of. And because of that, trauma reacts in so many ways. We have lived in home, maybe I saw my sister bringing boyfriend and boyfriend and boyfriend. And I saw my mom sleeping with two different men. She had introduced 3 different fathers to me. Those things leave stigma and those things leave trauma in our minds. So we need to heal from those things. And secondly, everybody has said it all. Let us empower ourselves. Because now men are even asking, what will you bring to the table? Because when it comes to body, they can get it from anywhere. When it comes to sex, they can get it from anywhere. Sex is the cheapest commodity. But the value you have as a woman can never be bought. So I think I will stop here.
All right. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for that very insightful points as well. We are learning today on bar. Even though people decide to come here and I want to learn, but you will learn. Why you like you and now you must learn. You must learn something before you leave their platform. If you don't learn well, you they want to somebody learn. Okay. So let's also recognize the two guys that have their hands. Yeah, Evan, you can go ahead. What do you have to say regarding this? Let's hear from a male perspective. Yeah.
All right. Thank you ever so much for the presentation. Your presentation was really, really educative, especially for our sisters out there who are listening. These are programs that needs to be played every time, at least to enlighten our sisters' mind every time that their body is not a commodity as everyone is saying. And again, I would like to say thanks to everyone for their views, their comments, and their suggestions to the program as well. Okay, first of all, I am a brother of 5 sisters. So every time I talk to them one by one, sometimes I give them some level of understanding about relationship. I always tell my sisters then that relationship is not what you see in a person and you just fall for them. But what the person is able to do for you, that is why you go for. And many people are saying that, oh, I go for money, I go for this, I go for that. Those things are all beneficial to the relationships. It need to be part of the relationship. And sometimes it is good and sometimes it is bad. Many pre-speakers said that, and I agree with them, you cannot hold money from somebody or from a guy, then you just expect that guy to just accept your smart. That guy is waiting for something in return. And in doing so, the way you present yourself as a female, that is how a guy gonna value you. Yes. You and this guy just met and you have started bringing all of your story out. Your father swallowed cold spoon. Your mother is seriously sick. At that point in time, the love is new. And if he has it, he will do it. But if he doesn't have, you will see that that guy will try to slide away from you. And in the other strangers again disease, you cannot go into a relationship as a female with the objective of cashing out. No, you go into a relationship to build a relationship. Uh, our viewing the social media, I think it was yesterday, a girl from the 24th Street who passed away. And the story that is circulating behind this girl's death is she was behind somebody married man. And this woman tried to advise her. Every time the married woman tried to engage her, she would either add rule on the woman. And according to the story and the other comment section that I read, that it is not her first time. It is her usual habit of loving to people married men. So, I sat down, I thought it was, I said, but it is not the will of a woman to destroy another person's home. Why will you choose as a female, you just wake up and just destroy another person's home where they have built over the years? To get to marriage stage is not an easy stuff. Let me tell all of my sisters here tonight. It is not an easy stuff. Maybe this guy and this woman will suffer for like 2, 3 years, 4, 5 years, and they just get married. Then this beautiful girl, to just let it slide. Not everyone go to church, they are Christian. Some people go to church with the devil heart, stay carrying within them. And again, everyone has said it all. But my little advice to all of my sisters in here tonight is that you did not cross all of these seas to come China and still be thinking like to say you are still in Liberia to do those same things. The reason why you are in China here today is to make a change tomorrow. Find yourself within your circle that will be able to speak for you tomorrow. Find yourself within your circle that recommendation will come and your recommendation will be successful. Someone cannot recommend you to an individual and that individual friend already know you who you are. Like someone said, recommendation work at a higher level. Maybe somebody recommend you based on your character that you are scam them. Your recommendation may not work. So today, everyone need money. Relationship is not all about money, but what you can do to build that relationship for yourself. Giving yourself a $500, $10, 1,000 is not the main point. So what happens after that money finish? So we should always, this is my last advice to my sisters, we should always live a life that will speak for us tomorrow. Let that girl story from the 24th Street. Since I read her story yesterday and still following it, it's quite frustrating. You cannot pass away while you are in pain, your parents are in pain, then some people are saying things like that about you. It will make people afraid to come around you to associate with, even your family. Because when people try to associate with your family as friends, they will say, ah, but every one of them are the same. So always live a life that today or tomorrow, even you can struggle with this guy, you'll build a better future for yourself. No, no man will not just come and just marry you just like that. I don't want to lie to any girl just like that. You have to build yourself. Let a man come and see some level of tangible within you before settling down with you. But the man come, the first thing you doing now, you gonna start calling for the other one, your father swallow show, your mother swallow dicker, and you need so and so money for this one. You don't put the thing first in relationship. So far, thank you all so much again, Roslyn, for the platform, and it is
One,
really educational.
yeah,
And
one
I
of the things
think
I'm going. Oh, sorry,
this
let
is
me allow you to finish.
these are programs that we need to be playing every time to our female sisters out there so that they can all understand that relationship is not all about today, but what will speak for you tomorrow. I thank you all so much for the platform.
All right, thank you, Evan. So the only all I see Abby say, the only thing I remember your man swallow.
Yeah.
When
Your
swallow
man
the
swallow
comment.
show, your man swallow digger.
So
Okay.
so Irene, me, I want to ask you, if sorry, because I didn't raise my hand. I'm so sorry. I didn't follow protocol. I want to ask Irene, if you cannot ask your boyfriend for money, so your boyfriend should not ask you for sex as well, right?
One thing I know is that relationship is about understanding. Me as a guy now, I know myself very well. Every responsible guy should know his responsibility within a relationship. Let me be frank with you, my sister. If a guy truly love you and that guy see that true love within you, you don't need to ask that guy for money. Whenever you are broke, he knows. So long he love you truly and you need money or you complain, like, let me just take us they will not come and ask me for money directly. Some level of understanding, like now my sister, like my little sister, the last born for us now, she's writing ask for money, but she didn't want to say, oh brother, give me money or please help me with money. But she said, we need to do this one, we need to do the one on a camel. In my rightful thinking, I know that very well that all the things that will cost of money. And I know that what she is complaining because she need money. So that is how that is how relationship is like. Your friend, your partner will just wake up, like she will tell you that, oh, this is like, for example, the water in the house finish you. The they cook, they won't finish in the house. As a man, on yourself, on your own thinking, you know very well that you're supposed to give her money. So if a man truly love you, he will give you money without you stressing yourself, my dear. Yeah,
Okay. Thank you so much, Arvin.
yeah.
Yeah,
Thank you.
thank you, thank you. So, because we still have one more. I don't know whether we're going to talk about the last topic because there will all be on there are going to be take my time. There will be another session as well, so we can not complete the last topic. We will call it a day. We'll finish by because we're supposed to finish by 10:30. So we'll take Tyler, and then if we still have time, we'll just talk a bit more about a sister's keeper, and then we'll move on to the end of the discussion. Yeah, but let's hear from you too, Tyler. Let's hear from you.
Yeah, thank you. I have been listening and I must say thanks to you. I really wanted, ladies in LSUIC to do this for a very long time. I think most of our young women come to China, they leave their parents, guardians, and they just go astray in many ways, and with no one to talk to them. And They just lose themselves to things that they shouldn't be going after. Okay, I will speak from my own experience. I've been on the other side. I'm a dude, and I don't like to say it now, but I have played around a lot. I have fooled around a lot, and most of the time you can see the ignorance in many of these young women's eyes, and you can see that you know exactly that when you speak to her the first time, you know exactly what she wants. So men will capitalize on what you want to get what they want because they believe that if you don't put value on yourself, we will take advantage of whatsoever you have. I went Guangzhou one time and I saw a guy beating a girl because he paid to sleep with her, and unfortunately for her, she was experiencing her period. And the money that he gave her, it's like she immediately used it, so she now had money to pay back, or she didn't want to give it back to him, and he really ill-handled her. So when this video was playing and she was talking about what she has gone through and what she has experienced and where she wants to be, it was a clear indication that she has had some experiences that if she would relive a life she would not want to go through. And now she wants to put her life on a better path. Because all most men know how to do is to exploit. Okay, when the Bible says that the heart of the man is desperately wicked, it really meant that thing. Our hearts are very wicked. So you can say that, oh well, I need the money, I need this, I need that. We will go to any extent to give you the money that you need just to have what we want. And sometimes it will be at your detriment. Let's take, for example, the HIV/AIDS rate in China was increasing, I think, a few years back. And a couple of South Africans came to China and they started, sharing it. And I knew a Liberian who he almost got it. It's because, he was going through that same thing of, having a girl here and a girl there. And I shouldn't just castigate him because we were all doing the same thing. Right. So what I'm trying to say is that you as a female, there are many ways to get money. I mean, instead of just selling your body, there are many ways to get money. And a man who values you at the end of the day, if you say that, well, I don't want to engage in sexual activities until I, I'm ready or I'm married, he will stand by you. A man who loves you will stand by what your principles are. Him. Okay, and if you can truly stand by your principle, you will see the manifestation of God in your life. Because look, like what the host was saying, right? The speaker was saying, or the owner of vice president was saying, your body is the temple of God. That's how the Bible describes it. And God's intention for marriage and relationship is not what we are seeing now. It's not how we are taking it now. But I will tell you for free, 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 free. If you think that the men from the millennial generation were bad, actually Gen Z beginning. The men don't even care. The men are I mean, they always say fuck out. Okay, and they will do anything to misuse you and get what they want from you. And just by hosting this alone, I'm like, okay, why do we always hold ladies accountable for some of the wrongs of society, but we don't hold these young men accountable to of how they should live? Every time you see women having workshops on, marriage, women having workshops on this, having workshops on that, but you hardly see men having workshop on marriage or how to be a better man or how to be a good man. But at the end of the day, it's always women, it's always women. The reason is simple because you are at the receiving end. Okay. And a man can go ahead and impregnate 10 women in a year, but you can only have one pregnancy in a year. So that alone should tell you that you are not the same. When a man penetrates you, he goes into your inner flesh. He's not on your outer flesh. He's not kissing you or he's not licking your skin. He goes into your inner flesh, and that's your soul. That's the reason why when you have heartbreak, it hurts. Like it hurts a lot when you have heartbreak more than a guy will go through similar, I mean, experience because you feel like a part of you has been given away. So that part of you that has been given away, if you can just make the sacrifice, and even if you be down with one person, okay, just be down with one person and build your life around one person. I'm not saying it will end in marriage, but you have to have that self-respect for yourself first. If you don't put some respect to yourself, nobody put respect to yourself for you. And the way you treat yourself, that's how we will treat you times two, because that's how we know how to do. Okay, most men feel like we are predators and we go after our prey, and you women are our prey. So at the end of the day, the way we see, the way you give yourself to us, that how we will treat you. We sleep with you, and oh, I think you're going to take me serious. I think yeah, you are going to the club and we smoking and drinking and smoking shisha and drinking together. Then you expect me to come take you serious? I'll go to the for the girl who's in the church. Somebody asked me quite recently, why do men leave the women that they party with and go hang out with and go marry women who are more preserved, more cover the bodies and all of that stuff. Yeah, because we know the kind of women we want to carry home to our moms. Okay, we know the kind of women we want to carry home to our parents. We know the women we want to have fun with. So if you as a woman, you will decide to put yourself in a space where your body is fun, we'll play with it. We don't care about the amount we want to spend. We'll spend the money just to play with your body. So at the end of the day, we reach 30 years from now, then your body has been played with enough, and then now you want to settle down, and nobody wants to take it serious because you have misused your prime. And at the end of the day, you start going to church, you start going from one prayer band to another, praying for God to send you men and all of these things. So the best thing I can tell any young woman is that make your decisions when you are young. It's very important because at the end of the day, when you slip 30, you can ask the pieces in the 30 now how the dating market looking for them. I will just stop here.
Okay, all right. So that was a lot of sharing, but I would appreciate if we can also hear from those who are chatting as well, because this is a session that, like we said, we are here to learn from each other and to hear our individual perspectives. Yeah. So let me check in the chat. Like there are people who have not said anything. You've not muted your mic. You've also not chatted. Lila, did we hear from Lila? Lila, I don't think we heard from you, Lila, and Juicy Jam. Wow. Okay, Juicy, I see you. Juicy Jam, are you with us? Are you following? Okay, seems Juicy Jam does not want to unmute. So let's AC, you spoke already, right? Do you have anything to add to what was okay, lovely.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. I want to say something quickly. Yeah, but I want to say thank you for this time. And to be honest, one thing I want us to know as a ladies or female, we should have self-esteem. We should set boundaries for our life, because the whole thing about sex, sometime in life, you meet up with someone that you love the person. On the other hand, you truly love the person as a female, but then that male, on the other hand, sometimes will just take you, for food, but sometimes you are not behind them for money. Yeah, you are not behind them for money, but sometimes they just, take that advantage of you, disadvantage of you, use you, and then just let you be. So sometimes you have to be wise. You have to be, you have to examine the person that you want to be with, because that's your life. You cannot entrust your life with someone that does not value your love, and then they just want to make fun all of you, and then just, do whatever they want to do, and then go by that way. You don't want to be that way. You don't want to just be going around here and there for fun. No. But on the other hand, men as well, like what Lovely was saying, some they love that kind of a lifestyle actually, because those that really want to be serious with them, they are not looking in that direction actually. They are just there for the fun fight. So as a woman or as a woman as well. So you need to value yourself. You need to carry yourself with high esteem. You need to set boundaries. You need to be focused. Not just everybody you will see and then you just give your body to them like that. No, you can't just expose yourself to people like that. because as they enter, they are taking something from you. Like what Sister Efrida said, sex depreciate women quality as well. So we have to take all those, red flag into consideration. You don't want to be flagging around. So sometimes it comes around you, oh, I love you, blah, 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 blah. And sometimes the moment they are coming around you, sometimes just get it to the back of your mind that sex is involved. No man will come around you and say, oh, I love you. And then just say, you say, let's just date like that in our mouth. No. Sometimes they'll say, oh, let's just date. That dating is active sex. Yeah. So the moment I come and open your mouth and say, oh, I love you, the first thing that comes to your mind is sex. Because when they come 1 or 2 times, and so now they don't even go for a month, they have sex with you. So in return, like I asked our brother, you will not want to ask them for money. You will not want to be like, oh, I won't ask you, blah, 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 buy me that one, buy me that one. But the first thing, I don't know why they don't think that way. The moment it comes to you and they approach you and they say, oh, I want you. But then you guys will not even go for like a month, but they want sex from you. But on the other hand, you as a woman, if they come to you and approach you, and then you guys are having gone here for a week, and then you start to bring your problem to them, they say, you be me for my money. But on the other hand, sometimes you go sleep with men, say you sleep with men, they don't even give you a damn. They will lie to you. They just work all of your life. They don't even give you money because sometimes they give you money and that money will not even be something that will satisfy you. That money will not be something that will even carry you for some time. So now they just sleep with you and they say, oh, call me so and so time, and that's the end. You'll be calling. That's the end of your life. You will keep calling. You will not get that money. So sometimes it's just good to, elevate yourself, be on top of your games, know your tricks, don't just fall for the other gender so easily. You are a woman, so you carry yourself. Know how to do 1 or 2 things for yourself that they will not come and say, oh, you eat my money, you not do that one, blah, 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 blah. No. You got to have that, respect for yourself, and then you have to learn to motivate yourself, carry yourself. That when they see you, when they come here around you, they will know the kind of person you are. So I'll stop there. Thank you, Sis Rufi.
Okay. If this person in the chat, this LSUIC 2006, that man talking, I don't mind that man, what I mean, when I feeling lying to you, you can't listen. That man talking, I don't know what I mean. All right, but anyways, thanks for your contribution. Let's take Lovely. I think that'll be the last person we'll take. Oh, okay, no problems, darling. We'll take Lovely, and anybody else wants to speak, we just take you, and then we can close up the session here because it's almost 10:30, and at least we should be done with the session before that time. So Lovely, you can briefly speak at least within 1 minute. Yeah, let's give
1
ourselves time.
minute. Wow. Okay, I put that 1 minute they give me so I can be wrong with you. But anyways, thank you. This program was very enlightening. For me, I would just leave you guys with these words. Men do not like good women. Men abuse good women. Men use good women. Men are users to good women. So sometimes you do not need to be good. Sometimes you need to look for that inner body in you and deal with these men. You guys shouldn't be sitting here and be talking about, oh, women need to do this, women need to do that. It's okay for women to be all of those things. I'm not saying you shouldn't have self-value. I'm not saying you shouldn't practice self-worth. I'm not saying you shouldn't do all of those things. But at the end of the day, once you smell a little bit of manipulation, my dear, women are the biggest manipulator ever. We are the biggest gaslighter. So use that inner gift that you have been bestowed upon and use it. Because at the end of the day, when you not use it, my dear, you will experience 50 heartbreaking each other and you will not go anything. At the end of the day, I saw you reach a library, when you put your suitcase down to your house and people see you in the street. They will be there. You see that one there? My friend passed there. My friend passed there. You don't want to be like that. I'm not saying you should go around and do those things. I'm just saying it for fun. But at the end of the day, we are being serious. I'm being serious too. So do not allow yourself to be used by men, and do not give yourself that opportunity or that atmosphere where people will see you as the weaker link to use you. Always show yourself, be that ego that you are, be that woman that you are, and stand up for yourself, because nobody's going to save you when you fall into anything. Nobody in China, even LSUIC, will not come to save you. You're going to save yourself. Thank you.
All right, lovely. Thank you so much. Thank you for your parting statement. Okay. So do we have anybody else that want to say something? If not, we can just close up here.
Okay, you were trying to call me in. Hello, everyone. But my mic, I was still fighting with it. So I just want to say thank you for the topic today. It was very, very interesting. And I hope next time I will have something more to add. I'm just following through. It was a pleasure being on your platform.
All right. All right. Thank you so much as well for being in here and also learning a thing or two. Is there anybody else that would like to say something? Is there anybody else who haven't spoken and you'd like to at least make a little contribution?
My last word to all ladies in here. Yeah, when you are praying, please pray for the spirit of discernment. Yeah, so God can guide your heart. Don't be used by men. Yeah.
Okay. All right. Thank you so much for your parting statements, AC. And I'd like to say thank you to all those that contributed. And even though we had 3 topics, but I believe it was okay for us to dwell on that video and listen to each other speak and learn. Why it's true, there are people who are, speaking their minds. But trust me, there are some people who, after this conversation, they'll sit with themselves and try to reflect on these different things that are being shared. The reason why that video was shared, basically, I mean, you guys have, or most of you already spoke about the lessons or the morals in the video. It's not only about us stealing from sex, but there's so much that can be learned from that particular video. And as a lady, we just have to understand that you are, if you even look at the way God has designed you, it is such a beautiful thing. It's just so peaceful. And you are such a priceless being, to be honest. And if you look at yourself from that direction, there are so many things that you will not allow yourself to go through, because you know that you are so precious and you are such a precious gem to God. And like Tyler said, as women, we are emotional beings. Why is it true that some people have bad experience? Cannot life have faced to learn. You have to now ask yourself, because you went through that bad experience, what is something that God wants you to learn from that particular experience that you had? But if you say because maybe you had a relationship and somebody did something wrong to you, want to seek that with you the rest of your life, that's like you are doing a disservice to yourself, because you cannot dwell on that one experience. If it was a bad experience, what are the lessons that are to be learned from that particular experience? That's what you should be focusing on. That's what you should be dwelling on. Because once you learn from that experience, you are able to be a better person. That's one of the reasons why when we go through these things, we have to sit with ourselves to learn the lessons from these different experiences that we have, like every single time. So that's just the parting statement. I think that's something that wasn't talked about, and I just like to add to what everybody else have shared based on the video that was shared. So as females, the essence of this particular talk is to see ourselves the way God sees us. When God said that you are precious in His image, He meant that you're precious in His image. And if you see yourself from that perspective, you carry yourself in a way that you know that you are precious. You are able to present yourself to men, because obviously there is not men who will, he see a precious being and just want to treat you anyhow. There is no way, no way. What are you liking on that? The first thing for is, you're not going to be attracted to just everyone. you're not going to be attracted to just everyone. So that's why we also have to play our parts. You cannot say you want a good person and then you yourself, you're not even a good person by yourself and you want to be attracted to good people. You have to do the inner work. And you cannot do that on your own. You have to allow God to help you through. If you've been through anything that is broken, anything that has affected you, God is the healer. You cannot go and take that out on everybody out there, all of the men out there, just because you have one bad experience. So you should, all the other men that will feel your wrath. You said because I want them to you, so you're going to everybody. You're not doing a service to yourself, it's a disservice to yourself. It's not going to in any way make you feel achieved. You're just gonna keep hurting yourself over and over and again. And that's not the way you want to go about things. So I'm urging us as young ladies, we should understand that in this country we are here. There are a lot of challenges. There are a lot of also exciting things as well. We have to be able to discern and be able to know and understand why God has brought us here. Not to be doing a lot of different things that we're not supposed to be doing. Not to be putting ourselves in things, getting involved in things that we're not supposed to be getting involved in. Because sometimes it's even based on where you are. Some temptations can even come to you because of the situation or because of the environments you are also in as well. Like I think it was Miracle who made that particular point. So in so doing, I would like to stop here for now and then turn the platform back to our MC. But from a parting statement, I would like to leave us with this word of prayer. I pray that God will really help us as young ladies. We are still trying to find ourselves, still discovering ourselves, and there's so much to be learned and so much to be explored. But God will guide our steps. Whether you believe in Jesus Christ or you believe in God Almighty, I know we all believe in God. That's why I'm just using the word God because I know for me, I believe it. I'm also a believer. So I believe that God will guide our steps as young women, that God will help us to make sound decisions, that He will help us to not always want to go for the easy path, but always go for the path that is right. Even though sometimes the right path is also easy, but He will always lead us in the right directions. That He will help us, He will guide our decisions that we make, whether it's about relationship or the little things that we do every single day, that His wisdom will be poured upon us, that He will guide our decisions and guide every move that we make as young ladies. Because your decisions today affects the outcome tomorrow. So it's not just about now, it's not just about today, but in the upcoming years, in few months to come, there are consequences, and it's good to always try to make the wise decision, not just for today, but for the sake of tomorrow. So it was a nice conversation, at least hearing different perspectives. Like I said, we're not here to judge. We're here to learn, unlearn. Unless you don't want to unlearn. If you don't want to unlearn that one, you'll leave empty as you came. So we are here to learn, unlearn, and relearn because nobody has it all figured out. We are all lighting our paths. So thank you and have a blessed time. We look forward to having more and more sessions like this. Hopefully this month we're going to have one more session where we get strong ladies here in China. So thank you. And Madam MC, it's over to you, please.
Oh my God. Both people can say, I know what's the word. I know if it's the Nigerian saying or the Ghanaian saying. The guy that's saying that says over sabi. Right now I'm feeling it over sabi because I've learned a lot. Trust me, I've learned a lot. As a young teenager coming up, trust me, no male will use me. Yeah, so thank you, Madam Vice President. Thank you so much for that wonderful presentation. And we're so pleased. We're happy to learn out of this. This is as I said before I started, I said this is going to be a life-changing conversation. You don't know what I just said. It shaped many of us in ways you don't imagine. I want to extend my voice with other young ladies' voices to tell you thank you so much. And may God continue to use you so that you bring more of these things to educate young girls like us. And ladies, how are we feeling? Because I'm feeling flabbergasted right now. Yeah, I'm really, really feeling right now. So we have already asked questions. We share our own ideas. So right now, to not take up much of your time, we will move on to announcements by, sorry, if I didn't pronounce your name good, you can please correct me.
It's okay.
We'll have
It's okay.
announcements
You pronounce it.
by
I'm
Okay.
already
I
in.
think you know yourself
Thank
already.
you.
Sorry. Because your name is not a lady name, so I'm sorry.
Yes, understandable. See Nathaniel Willie the second.
Okay.
All right. So, firstly, let me begin by thanking our National Vice President for organizing such an impactful section. You know, these are conversations that are very key to lady survivability in China because day by day, the experiences sometimes are tragic, are comic, but yet you guys are still living. You guys are still surviving. So I want to ask one question before I get my announcement. So that means to say, no female on this platform tonight should embarrass that boyfriend or partner for money. So no more asking for money. So we are safe, right? Honorable Vice President, can answer that question quickly.
No, the conversation was not asking your boyfriend for money. If you know you are in a relationship, that was not the case. The situation was, for example, you just add, let's say, for example, you have this person who just add you, because there are some guys were talking before, and there was a guy who told me that there was a lady who the very day he added her, that was the same day she asked him to recharge her phone, which
Mm.
is something like that's kind of situation. That's what we're discussing now. When you know you have a
The
whole
same
girlfriend.
the same time her current feeling for a meter, eh?
Oh, man, swallow show.
Oh man, swallow spoon. Yeah, so it's important that ladies can come up on this kind of platform to discuss some of the pitfalls of to this life in relationship and so forth. So quickly, I would like to inform all of us, especially for those who have not yet registered with the union. Please, we are appealing to your conscience to kindly take advantage of filling in the membership form because there are lots of opportunities, there are lots of benefit that comes with you being a full member of LSUIC. So if you are new on here, we want to say this is the Liberian Student Union in China, and you've been having a conversation with the national vice president. So to be a full member of the union, firstly, you begin by filling in the membership form and then you pay your dues. Not just that, but at least try to actively participate in activities at the city level, at the national level, or whatever programs that you might encounter, maybe through publicity on the platform. You can just join and learn. Because look, professors, and sometimes you even go to the class and you don't even understand your professors because the English is so much good. Yeah, I would say like that. It's so much good that you don't even understand. So by coming like this, at least you can learn, practice during your free time, join some of our programs and learn. The Academic Excellence Committee has been doing a tremendous work by organizing diverse programs. Yeah, so get involved with the union should not just be about ladies talk that you show up. There are other educational programs that the Liberian Student Union through the NEC organize, through other committees organize just to give us that kind of quality information that we need because it's all part of the learning process. And after filling the membership form, we also encourage you to reach out to the National Financial Secretary, Honorable Mason, to try as much as possible to pay your dues. For regular member, your due is just 120. Small money. Very child farm money. A child farm out there 120. So you pay your dues. You know, somebody will ask what are the benefits paying dues? You know, there are a series of benefits. Just our leadership this year, we were able to, I mean, reach out to a lot of scholars who fell sick who had a visa issue, and our national vice president is in charge of visa issue, and she's been doing a tremendous work. And sometimes scholars have issue with that university. We immediately step in and we have resolved so many different issues for Liberian students in China. And quite interestingly, in your university, sometimes Liberians will say, I don't want to be part of your thing. And they usually refer to the union as our thing. Yes, we accept our thing. But at times when they are confronted with tougher situation, then they come running to the same thing that they have trashed long time ago. So do not be in difficult situation before you run to the union. Like that, then will tell you to pay your dues. I mean, clear your due. Then you say, "Oh, at the same time, I'm talking. They don't help Liberian students in China. I think we are just an umbrella that all of us fall under. Once you are a Liberian, you enter in China, you belong to the Liberian Student Union, and to be a full member, fill in your membership form, and benefit from all other immunities attached to being a member in good standing. So please don't be confronted with situation. Don't get in trouble before you can run into the union. Then like that, sometimes you see people will be like maybe 2 days to solving an issue, and then they reaching out, they want us to play magic. How possible is that? And sometimes we do play magic, Our national president is a magician, and also our national vice president is also a magician. We do play magic and we resolve those issues. So please be a full member. And then we also have our annual gathering. If you don't know, we call it our conference, and that annual conference is the biggest assembly in the Liberian student community where all Liberian students across China can meet, have fun, celebrate our Independence Day, and so many different activities can be hosted during that assembly. So, all the first, you are encouraged to sign up for the conference. If you are a member in good standing, the conference fee is just 250 RMB. Before, it was around 275, 300 for good standing members. But now we said no. The leadership said we need to create, a very perfect and smooth rule for all of our members who maybe cannot afford that huge amount in the past to, take advantage. Imagine 250, very simple. When you pay 120 and you are in good standing, your conference fees is just 250. So these are some of the immunities that you can benefit from. So please sign up for the conference, pay your conference fees, and come and enjoy. This year we have series of activity. First of all, to be hosting LSUIC academic awards and what have you. Other scholars will be receiving it. So, and not just that, we'll have a lot of different games. In the past, we usually used to just play football, and sometimes we leave the women out, or sometimes keyboard, football and keyboard. But this year we'll have basketball, we will have lapa, we'll play torch, egg race, bear race, and series of different activities. So please, I beg you, come and meet your friends. There are some of you that have not seen your friends. They are living far apart from you. Like I have my friend in Gina, the national vice president is in Gina, and I have my brothers in other city. We don't usually meet. We only met once last year during the conference. So it's a time to meet all of your friends. Network and just have fun. So please sign up for the conference now and book your space. A lot of people are signing up. And this year, uh, I don't want to call the total amount of people that we will be hosting, but the conference committee will do that. But people are signing up. Don't be late. I beg you. Don't sign up. Then the National Financial Secretary say, no, we don't have space for you anymore. You don't want to be you don't want to be confronted with such situation. So please get involved, sign up, pay your dues, pay your conference fees, and get ready for Gina 2026 Legacy and Influence. So thank you for showing up tonight. And we want to say bravo to you. I believe all of you have learned so much more on today's program. And I want to urge you to just try your possible best to apply in your life. When a woman has value, trust me, men, not just men, we get men, we get men, we get men. Yeah. So men, good men will come after you. And men will be afraid to come around. So please add value to your life, apply this knowledge that you've learned today, and trust me, you'll thank the national vice president later. Yeah, so that is that for the announcement. Honorable National Vice President, thank you so much. And any other question, maybe you want to ask question as per what I've said so far. For clarity, you can ask. If not, then we call this a night.
Okay, since there's no question, thank you so much, Honorable Willie. Next on our list, we have Vote of Thanks by Sis Helen Kwa.
It's queer. Thank you.
Sorry.
It's okay. Good evening again, everybody. On behalf of everybody here tonight, I would like to thank our National Vice President, Honorable Rufin Amo, for organizing this event, for encouraging us to navigate our life in China with intention and a strong mindset, for encouraging us to work as sisters. To the national leadership of the LSUIC, thank you for creating this safe and powerful space for us young ladies tonight. And to everyone that showed up, thank you for choosing your progress, your growth, and your success. I hope we all leave from here more intentional and with a very straight mindset going forward. God bless you all and thank you for being here. Thank you.